Title: The Unfinished Reel. In a small town half forgotten by time, a decrepit cinema sat at the edge of an overgrown lot, its once vibrant marquee now fading into a canvas of rust and peeling paint. The old sign that had belted out what films were playing now creaked ominously in the wind. The silver screen, a ghost of cinemas past. Nobody had visited in years, until a group of college film students stumbled upon it during a late-night escapade. Their excitement lured them inside, drawn by the prospect of finding a hidden gem among the dusty reels. Jenny, the group's fearless leader, pushed the door open. It screeched like a tortured soul, sending shivers up their spines. Dust motes danced in their flashlights as they stepped into the cavernous space. The theater seats, once plush and inviting, were now threadbare and skeletal. A thick layer of dust coated every surface, but the heart of the cinema lay at the back, an old projection booth glimmering with suspicious potential. "There might be something interesting in there," whispered Rahim, an aspiring filmmaker with wide, eager eyes. "We should check it out." Quote, as they climbed the stairs leading to the booth, the air thickened. It ballooned with stale popcorn and some unspeakable melancholy, as if the cinema had mourned the loss of its audience for decades. In the booth, rows of dusty film reels beckoned to them, some barely legible labels hinting at titles long forgotten. One reel, bound in a tattered black cloth, caught Jenny's eye. Its label was handwritten, barely visible, "The Last Cinematic Breath." Quote, "What do you think it is?" Jenny asked, curiosity piqued. "Only one way to find out," said Marcus, holding the dusty projector like a prized treasure. With shaky hands, they began the process of setting it up, voices buzzing with reckless excitement. Flickering light filled the booth before darkness enveloped them. A hum of energy radiated from the projector, an ancient life wheezing back into existence. The flickering light burst forth, revealing images that sent a chill down their spine. The film showcased a seemingly abandoned film set, characterized by a gnawing sense of dread. The shots were unnervingly still, shadows creeping across the empty frames. Then, a figure appeared, draped in tattered garments, movement blunt and jerky, its face obscured by darkness. "I don't like this," whispered Sarah, her eyes darting towards the shadows. "It feels wrong." Quote, "It's just old film, probably nothing," scoffed Rahim, trying to exude bravado. The projector hummed louder, its light brightening unnaturally, casting grotesque shadows across the walls. The figure grew closer, lip-syncing sinister words, though no sound filled the booth. It was a dance of despair, moving rhythmically as if drawing the four youths deeper into its narrative. As they watched, the scenes shifted to a montage of laughter, bright glimmering shots of actors, smiles frozen in time under harsh studio lights. Each frame, a slow unraveling into a grim tapestry, began to fade, the laughter warping into strangled sounds, the colors leaching away into faded sepia. And then suddenly, a face lunged into the view, the hand reaching out as if beckoning the group to join it in its forsaken tale. Jenny gasped, the figure confirming her nightmares, a reflection of herself, twisted and wrong. "I think we should stop," she stammered, but the projector whirred ominously, as if it had a will of its own, the film tearing on the edges, revealing a reality threading ever closer to their own. Marcus, who had fixated on the spinning reel, tried to turn it off, but nothing responded. The booth began to shake, the temperature dropping rapidly, breath crystallizing in the claustrophobic space. "Let us out," Sarah wailed, backing away, but the door had sealed shut, slamming with a finality that echoed as if sealing their fate. With a blinding flash, the projector heaved one last time before the film completed its run, the image morphing into a collage of agonized faces shrieking into the despair of the reel. Then all went pitch black. The silence that enveloped them was suffocating. Breaths came out in quick, panicked gasps. Visions danced at the edges of their sight. In the void, they could hear whispers, soft and malicious, beckoning for lost souls that once dared to tread the sacred space. And, like that, a painful understanding dawned upon them. Those caught in the horror of "The Last Cinematic Breath" weren't merely actors. They were the ghosts of would-be films, unfinished, forever trapped in the unspooled frames, longing to connect with an audience willing to embrace their endless nightmare. Morning light streamed through the cracked windows as the sun rose. A custodian, descending upon the now resilient cinema for a cleanup after years of neglect, would forever remember that the echo of laughter had finally died still, shadows frozen in fear, and 4 souls simply vanished into the dark. In a town where stories fade and linger like whispers upon the wind, there existed a cinema, forever cradled by its haunt, a reminder that some unfinished tales should not be unearthed. The titles may fade from memory, but the stories woven within the unaired reels would echo in darkness, waiting for the next curiosity-driven heart to ignite the projector once more.